Hello, Science Party people. Welcome to another episode of the Science Party Update. My name is James Jansen. I'm the leader of the Science Party. We have a very exciting episode for you today, as usual. But before we get going, we have a sponsored message. The sponsored message is from the Science Party. Come join the Science Party because we need people like you to do things like help us out, join, donate, volunteer for elections, possibly run as candidates. The Science Party is built by people like you, so come and join us. But so first, to get going, we have more political drama from Canberra. We have another leadership challenge. It's been going on all night. So let's just get straight into it. In order to roll the government, the federal opposition the federal opposition, it's almost like that, isn't it? Peter Dutton has to go and find himself a whole heap of people to vote for him. And in order to force a spill, he has to get sufficient people to sign a piece of paper to say, let's spill the government. This is a rumor. But apparently, this political editor is being informed by people in the government that there is a bit of pressure on members of the government to sign another spill document. So what's happening is Dutton people are going around saying, hey, you got to sign this petition to have another spill. And people aren't very happy about it. They feel a little bit pressured. This could be the type of government that we get if we get Dutton. He does like the strong arm tactics in general. So yeah, I would be a little bit worried, like a lot of people, if we got a Dutton government. Some more information here. Labor has a piece of legal information that they've been sitting on for a long time. In fact, it's dated all the way back to April of this year, saying that Peter Dutton possibly is not eligible to be elected to Parliament. If this happens, this means that the Liberal Party could be about to elect a leader who may face a Section 44 challenge basically straight away. And that would be an absolute disaster for the Liberal Party and an absolute disaster for this country. If we have someone who's ineligible to stand for Parliament, who's told before they become Prime Minister that they are possibly ineligible to stand for Parliament, we just could be in complete disarray, and the country could have to be run by the deputy leader for the foreseeable future, and that means something really weird. It's not the deputy leader of the Liberal Party, the deputy Prime Minister, who is a National Party member. So we'll have a National Party PM, and that's going to be really weird while we have lots of Malcolm Turnbull people quitting Parliament because they probably will have a gutful of Dutton. In fact, there's a bit of a rumor that some people will actually quit the government if he becomes leader. So yeah, it could be very confusing and terrible. In fact, it's got so serious that the government has referred the case to their own Solicitor General. So who knows? They might have something to say about that in the coming few days. We also have, I think, an indication of how terrible of an idea having Dutton as leader would be. We have members of Parliament who are getting an email a minute about how terrible it would be if Dutton was leader, and they won't support them anymore. Now, who knows where this is coming from? This could be coming from Labor supporters or Green supporters or anyone who is not very happy with the Liberal Party, but it also could legitimately be coming from Liberal Party voters. And if that's the case, the Liberal Party is in real danger. And it's pretty obvious that the Liberal Party, most of the Liberal Party voters don't really support Peter Dutton as leader. We also have some more recent updates. So we've got Matthias Cormann and Michaela Cash and Mitch Fifield all saying they support Dutton as leader just this morning. So we could be having another spill. And that would be really, really crazy to have yet another spill just one day after the previous one. The funny thing is, though, that Dutton has asked Turnbull for a spill, and he's gone, nah. And I think that's really hilarious. Dutton will have to get those signatures on that piece of paper to get that leadership spill. And I think it's going to be drawn out and painful for everyone involved. Another piece of funny information, the Governor-General has decided it would be prudent to stay in Canberra for the rest of the week. Basically, the Governor-General is expecting that if there is a Liberal Party spill and the leader changes, that there is a high probability of an election or an election being called in the coming week. So something to look out for, something very interesting and something quite funny. Talking about funny, here's some funny headlines we've seen. The Chaser doing a follow-up to a tweet by Malcolm Turnbull. Pity the Chaser, there is nothing they can write as bizarre or absurd as the Gillard Rudd Latham soap opera. Only fiction has to be credible. This is the craziest leadership spill that we've ever had. Malcolm Turnbull, a popular leader, is about to be deposed by Peter Dutton, the least popular leader or potential leader of the Liberal Party, and it keeps on going on. It didn't end with the leadership challenge. So this is absolutely a massive saga. Everyone's talking about it, and it's way worse than this, Malcolm. Way worse than this. A funny joke headline, Turnbull resigns, I want to spend more time with my family trust. A fantastic article there from The Chaser. Classic play on the old, I want to spend more time with my family response for why are you quitting politics, instead of I was pushed, I hate politics, I hate this government, etc., etc. And finally, another take on the Labor Party this time. Labor Party call an emergency meeting to discuss how they can still fuck this up. From the Batuta Advocate. It's funny because there are so many times where the Labor Party, it feels like it's handed to them and then they just don't follow through. So yeah, let's see what Labor Party does. Maybe they'll win. Maybe they're really well prepared this time. Or maybe they'll make a huge mistake. Certainly, I think that this is going to change the government. But I actually think that there's a big possibility that minor parties will actually play a big part in the upcoming election. So maybe it won't be the Labor Party winning or the Liberal Party winning. Maybe it'll be somewhere in between where they have to do a deal with some smaller party, maybe the Science Party. Some more politics. We have a lot of stuff, and I'll just break this up with my big talking head. We have a lot of stuff that's going under the radar. And I think that we need to keep paying attention to politics. While there is leadership speculation, the government is trying to push ahead with a lot of different types of legislation, including things like the security backdooring of our personal devices. The Liberal government is trying to get access to every single piece of content that you are putting onto your phone or other people are putting onto your phone via messages. They're trying to backdoor your devices, and that's a really bad thing. But another piece of legislation that they've been trying to get through is the company tax cuts. And it went to the Senate just yesterday, and it was rejected. They didn't have the support for it. They pushed it anyway. They tried to do a deal with Pauline Hanson's One Nation, a fine colleague to have under your wing, you know. Got to get those good policies passed by Pauline Hanson's One Nation. But it failed because they didn't actually get the support of Pauline Hanson's One Nation on this topic. Why? Because One Nation is erratic. They're unstable. They will change at the drop of a hat. They're bad allies, and I think that the Liberal Party is paying the price for it in this case, instead of finding some sort of medium solution to what they want to achieve. Now, I'm not completely against changing the way that companies are taxed. In fact, I think it would be very unlikely if companies are most optimally taxed right now. I doubt it. What's the optimal tax rate? What we got right now? No, very unlikely. I think there's huge opportunities to change the tax rate for both individuals and for taxes. And if we can make it so that our economy is directed to increasing the amount of people in work, the amount of investment that we have, that would be fantastic. But I think that there is a lot of focus on the corporate tax rate instead of the broader economy. And if they brought this through with a bigger suite of changes, they would have more chance of passing it, but also more impact on the economy. The next topic I would like to talk about is the situation in the United States. The situation in the United States is absolutely insane. We have a president who's absolutely under fire. Yesterday, I talked about Cohen being admitting to multiple criminal charges. We have Paul Manafort, who's also been convicted without admitting it on multiple charges. The news today is that Cohen, he has decided that he's absolutely going to roll on the president. He said that he will refuse any presidential pardon from the president because he believes that the president is that criminal. He has said things like, through his lawyer, he has said things like that he believes that Trump is a huge existential risk to the United States. So basically, we could have very quickly escalating, situation against Trump. It could change the situation very, very quickly for politics in the United States. And finally, just to wrap things up, I'd like to talk about the Science Party. Once again, get in there, join, right? Join, volunteer, donate. There are big buttons at the top. If you think that politics is important, if you think that politics is crazy, if you think that we should have a different type of leadership that cares about good policy, serving the people instead of serving yourself, I think that you should think about joining the Science Party, because we are really dedicated to making a better Australia. You can go in there and you can click on our policy section, and you can bring up our federal policy. We have a fantastic suite of policies ranging from education to science and technology, education, constructing new infrastructure through the Australian Charter City, building the economy with changes to the way that we do our taxation and the way that we run our legislation around monopolies, changes to our democracy. We want to have ultimate freedom for individuals. We want to make sure that people are protected in their ability to say the things that they want to say and do the things that they want to do. We want to protect our healthcare system. We support good internet. You're getting this secondhand. It's not live because I don't have good internet at home, and it's been this way for 7 years. It's terrible. And improve our transportation, our environment, and look after our housing. We've got heaps and heaps and heaps of good policies. So if you're a little bit, on the edge, come to our website, check us out, check out our policy, see what we're doing. In the coming days, I'd like to focus a little bit more on different areas of our policy. But if you want to join, if you want to make a difference, if you think that this situation is unsustainable, come and join, get involved. The only way that we'll change things is if you get involved. So come and join the Science Party, come and volunteer and donate. And that's it from me. Enjoy the rest of your day. My name is James Jansen, and I'm signing out. Thanks a lot.